there Scorpio, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive reading for September 14th through to the 20th. Scorpio, let's see what is literally on the cards for you. Beginning first with the Work Your Light Oracle from Rebecca Campbell, illustrated by Danielle Knoll. You guys probably know by now it's my favourite. I mean, it just has such uplifting general messages. It's really like my favourite kind of Ascension Oracle deck. Danielle Knoll also illustrated the Yogic Path deck here that you'll see from Sahara Rose and the Starchild Tarot. And I have her prints in my office. I am a fan. I also have some extras which I'll be giving away on this channel very soon. They have beautiful artworks like you see on these cards. Okay, deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Scorpio, maybe you have been too much in your masculine doing energy, and this is really saying no matter what gender you are, maybe it's time to take a step into your divine feminine, into your being. I was going to say doing again, maybe that's a message for me. Into your being energy, because that is when the intuition really speaks to us, right? When we're connected with the wisdom of the body, the portal of the heart, not when we're running around 1,000 miles an hour or in our mind. And this is just a theme that's just coming up over and over and over, and I really feel that part of what we are journeying on the global scale at the moment is really to shift us in that way. You know, a lot of us have had to slow down, and things are changing, and you know, we're questioning what's meaningful, and yeah, it's an interesting time, and I think it was a needed shift. Absolutely. Well, let's see what comes out of the Yogic Path for you. There it goes. Kriya. Yeah, well, I mean, some of you might be feeling that spiritual energy moving. So Kriya, guys, is about effortless flow, and it says that, you know, you might feel, or very soon feel, like you're kind of stepping into that river and you're flowing graciously with it. It says that you're moving towards your dharma, your highest purpose, and doors are opening for you. Do you know that feeling, you know, when you're pushing against the grain or current in your life and nothing seems to work? For me, that's the energy of the Seven of Wands. I always say that when I see that card. And, you know, sometimes we just have to know when to surrender, when to let go, when to release something in order to shift ourselves back into the effortless flow. When I see the energy of the world with the dancer moving from one karmic cycle to the next, I also think of effortless flow. It's about knowing when time is up on a situation, even though it's hard, and then flowing through into the next karmic cycle. So some of you might be going through that at the moment, and that would explain why there is the need for rest and replenishment as well if you're moving through the cycles or transitions in your life. Let's go to the tarot story here, Scorpio, and see where this might be going. So pulling first the energy of the recent past, what you may have been journeying, energies leaving, completing and transitioning in your life. And while I'm doing that, I'm just going to tell you about my friend's channel, Indigo Starseed Tarot. She is another quite authentic, well, not quite, silly word, my bad. She's a very authentic reader, similar to myself. Well, I like to think that I am authentic. That's what the quiet was about, me not owning it for myself. But yeah, she's very much got a real spiritual message, and not about, you know, views and all the views and fame and all that sort of thing. So you might want to check her out. Indigo Starseed Tarot. Let's get this energy out, Scorpio. Whoa, Nine of Cups. Okay. Maybe you're already on divine purpose here. That's a beautiful, beautiful energy. It is the energy of wish fulfillment. Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. Temperance, that was at the bottom of the deck when we started, and the Star at the bottom. Oh my goodness. I mean, these are cards of divine guidance, absolutely. The Star, the Temperance, the Ace of Wands. So it kind of feels like maybe you've already closed the cycle, you've gone into the next chapter, and you really are in that creatorship of effortless flow, Scorpio. Let's clarify the Five of Cups. Yeah, okay, so you've been through a transition, and I think now you're starting to reap the rewards and see the results. Oh, that's what I thought the Five of Cups was when it first came out, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you've had to move away from what hasn't been fulfilling from the past in order to move. Ah, there we go, Seven of Wands. I knew it was going to come out with the Eight of Wands as well. And we've got the Four of Wands over to the side here, another card of synchronicity, and beautiful card, that one. Okay, let's read the Scorpio. I mean, I am strongly feeling, I'm kind of going a little bit out of order here because I just really feel that this is the way it goes. I mean, the Five of Cups is about somebody that still is, you know, has an attachment to the energetic charge of the past, right? You know, it's somebody that might be carrying the expectations, the disappointments of what hasn't played out, the sadness, the loss, the sorrow, the guilt, the shame, whatever it may be. So, you know, the message with the Five of Cups really is to accept the past. We can't change it. What has happened. But what we want to do is now release the energetic charge of that, because there are real opportunities around the person in the Five of Cups, but they don't see it because they're still attached to the past, right? And I really feel that this week you are coming to some kind of awakening to the fact that, you know what, I know I had something really good with someone, or that job or that opportunity in the past, but if I'm really honest with myself, I couldn't really achieve the full picture of fulfillment that I wanted to within that situation. The Eight of Cups is about somebody who actually decides to consciously turn their back on a situation in order to go in search of the Nine of Cups, which we have coming next. So, you know, in the Eight of Cups, you had 8 cups. You had a lot of fulfillment for a period of time, but maybe it came to an end, but you've been kind of sitting in the fact of, oh, I had 8 cups in that situation. It's never going to get any better than that. And now you're kind of realizing, actually, there was a fundamental piece missing, or I could never complete the picture that I hoped to within that situation. It's a wake-up call, knowing that there's something more aligned, something that you'll achieve a greater sense of effortless flow in for you. And now you're making the conscious decision to go after it, right? Because I think these 2 cups that have been behind you the whole time have kind of been saying, hey, those missing pieces that you're looking for are closer than you think, but you need to release the past in order to get to them. And look at this. It's going to happen sooner than you think here, Scorpio. I mean, 9 of Cups and the Ace of Wands. You know, this says that there are going to be opportunities coming in for you, and one could come in this week that is going to be on purpose for you. A passionate new opportunity. This is a general reading, guys, so for some of you this can be a very chemical love connection, or, you know, fling, if that's what you're looking for. It can also be that kind of work that lights you up from the inside, that makes you feel full of power and passion and purpose, and that you're not really going to work, right? It's an opportunity that can lead to this. Wish fulfillment, earthly wish fulfillment. You know, feeling content, feeling satisfied, feeling like, you know, you are on your track to your best life. That's the 9 of Cups. But it comes to somebody who's done the work, someone who's worked for it, somebody who's released the past, someone who's stepped away from what hasn't been working, right? So the Aces are pure potential. They need inspired action in order to grow and expand them. So when this opportunity comes in, we need to then, you know, talk to that person, network with that person, ask that person out, or take the, you know, apply for that job, you know, put the power behind it, put the power behind the words, put the action behind the words. So that's what I'm seeing there. Now, in the outcome position, we have got the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the Temperance. Yeah. I mean, 8 of Wands is the shift. What are we shifting from? The 7 of Wands, which was what we were talking about in the Oracle cards. The 7 of Wands is somebody who's transitioning out of the pushing uphill, the swimming against the current, and into their effortless flow. So the 7 of Wands, you know, is that kind of energy of feeling like we are having to fight our way through life, and, you know, we don't quite know what's going to come at us next, and we're a little bit in fight or flight. Well, I really feel like you are completely shifting out of that. The 8 of Wands is the big change, and it's the change that's leading towards purpose, you know, towards the stars, divine wish fulfillment, which we'll get to in a moment. But this is the change. As part of that change, or to initiate that change, some of you might be taking a trip or relocating somewhere. Others of you are going to get a communication through the airwaves, social media, phone, text, email, that kind of thing, that is going to be fundamental in this. But the Eight of Wands is a card of actually, it can be divine message as well, divine intervention. That can be the Cupid's arrows as well. So yeah, and after this kind of period of that you have been in the past, of this kind of fight or flight, Temperance is the great soother that's saying, hey, it's time to come into balance, into harmony now, and, you know, work that spiritual alchemy. You know, everything's balancing out for you now, Scorpio. This is about, you know, looking after yourself in terms of your mental, emotional, and physical health, to come into great stability within yourself. And that's when that path forward starts to be illuminated for you. So you're coming out of Seven of Wands, out of push, out of doing, into being, the message that came up, our first message when the Oracle card came out. That's where we're heading to. So you are being divinely guided in this transition, and I feel that the energies that are coming in for you are the opportunities that are going to align for that, with that, sorry. And the Star, I mean, again, divine guidance, balancing. Aquarius energy, Sagittarian energy here. You know, both characters have those pots of water. Water are our emotions in tarot. You're emotionally rebalancing, and that is going to be like a sense of alchemy in you that's leading to the sense of rebirth here. And anywhere that you're kind of guided to this week, and the opportunities that come in, or making this shift away from the past, it's moving you towards your divine wish fulfillment, which means alignment, attracting opportunities in work that are also on passion and purpose for us, attracting people, relationships, and, you know, romantic connections that, you know, are in alignment with us. And it's heading towards your divine wish fulfillment. Four of Wands. Four of Wands is the happy ever after. It is the, you know, the beautiful best life energy of whatever you desire to be your best life coming into fruition. Great stability and groundedness. I mean, Temperance talks about that. The Star talks about that. And with the Four of Wands, I always say, you know, follow the synchronicities and be on the lookout for that. And how do we do that, guys? Going back to that first message that came out, the first cab out of the rank was, if you are feeling too much in your divine masculine, the energy of doing, take a step back, drop in, do a meditation, go for a walk in nature, still the mind, and that's how you will activate being. And when we are in our being energy, that's when the messages come in. That's when we start to see the magic that is all around us. That's when we start to see the angel numbers. That's when we start to feel the intuition and wisdom within us that starts to move us, that starts to give us the downloads, the insight of what to do next, of how to step on the path, of how to align further. And that's why Temperance is the energy of the emotional rebalancing, because that was the work that leads us to this. Dream big, you know, have faith, because the Star says you are being moved towards your divine wishes. Scorpio, I'm going to leave it there. I do hope you enjoyed this message for the week. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective. It won't be everyone's message. That's okay. If you feel called to share, please do leave me a message. I do respond to as many as I can, and I definitely read them all. And I find that it helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. And I will see you back here next week for another weekly message.